This video is on the elimination method, part 3. Example number 1. The first equation is 5x plus 4y equals negative 14. And the second equation is 3x plus 6y equals 6. Looking at this, none of the variables cancel. They're also not 1 with a coefficient of 1 to make it easy to cancel. So what you need to do is you need to determine whether you want to cancel the x's or the y's, and then use the smallest factor to multiply the whole equation. I'm going to cancel the y's on this. So I have 4 and 6. So the smallest factor of 4 and 6 is 12. So to get 4 to 12, I need to multiply by 3. I'm going to go ahead and multiply the top by negative 3 because one needs to be negative and one needs to be positive. In order for them to cancel. And I'm going to put it above every single piece so that I know to multiply the whole entire piece. The second equation is 3x plus 6y equals 6. And in order to get the 6 to be a 12, we're going to need to multiply each piece by 2. So my first equation becomes negative 15x, and then 4 times negative 3 is negative 12y equals negative 3 times negative 14 is a positive 42. My second equation, we're going to multiply by 2. So 3x times 2 is 6x. 6y times 2 is 12y. And 6 times 2 is 12. I'm going to bring the second equation underneath the first equation. And then we're going to use the elimination method to solve. Remember, elimination means that there are opposites of each other. So negative 12y and positive 12y cancel. And then we add down. Negative 15 plus 6 is negative 9x equals 42 plus 12 is 54. Now we solve for x by dividing by negative 9, and we get x is negative 6. Now that we know what x is, we're going to substitute it into one of the original equations. We're going to go ahead and do the top one. So I have 5 times my variable of negative 6 plus 4y equals negative 14. Now I'm going to solve this for y. 5 times negative 6 is negative 30 plus 4y equals negative 14. Now I'm going to add 30 to both sides. So I get 4y equals 16. And lastly, we divide by 4. So y is 4. We write it as an ordered pair. Negative 6, comma 4. On the next slide, we're going to check this answer of negative 6, 4. On the slide before, we solved the system of equations and got the solution negative 6, 4. We're going to plug in negative 6 for x and 4 in for y, and we're going to check both equations to make sure that this is the actual solution. I'm going to have 5 times my x of negative 6 plus 4 times my y of 4, and we're going to determine if it equals negative 14. 5 times negative 6 is negative 30. 4 times 4 is 16. Negative 30 plus 16 is negative 14. The first equation checks out. Let's try the second equation. The second equation is 3 times x, which is negative 6, plus 6 times y, which is 4, equals 6. Now we're going to solve this. 3 times negative 6 is negative 18. 6 times 4 is 24. Negative 18 plus 24 is 6. which equals 6, so the second equation checks out, meaning this is the answer to the systems of equation. Let's take a look at our steps for solving systems of equation, elimination method, the style that we just learned. The first step is that you have to multiply both equations to get a variable to eliminate. The second step is you need to eliminate a variable, then solve for the remaining variable. The third step is you need to substitute the solved variable into one of the original equations. Step 4 is write the variables, the solution, as an ordered pair. And lastly, check your solution. If your solution does not check out, you need to go back and figure out where you went wrong and try it again. Now it's your turn to try some. Problem number 1, the first equation is 3x minus 2y equals 2. And the second equation is 5x minus 5y equals 10. Problem number 2, the first equation is 2x plus 8y equals 6. And negative 5x minus 20y equals negative 15. Good luck!